This continues to be a very complex investigation, and there's a lot of contradictory information out there, but there is some new information this morning from a couple of federal officials and state officials. They say now that there were actually 4 handguns recovered inside the school, not just 2, as we were initially told. 4 handguns, and apparently only handguns, that were taken into the school. We knew that Adam Lanza, the man said to be the gunman here, also had a assault-style, AR-15 style rifle that he had taken to the school that was in the car he drove there, his mother's car. But we've been told by several officials that he left that in the car.
All right, so we got one back down. Where suspect down? Probably to the left. 5 Delta 5 on your side.
The mom told me that there was over 100 shots inside the school.
100 shots?
Over 100 shots.
More than one shooter, or?
Yeah, just one. No, just one. Well, just one.
So you talked to the person who called 911?
Yes, and she said that there was hundreds of shots.
Hundreds of shots?
That's what she said.
Lauren's car is now with her dad, but look closely. Those are bullet holes. The rounds from the powerful assault rifle fired from inside the school traveled through a window and possibly walls out to the parking lot.
Gunman Adam Lanza apparently sprayed 2 classrooms at Sandy Hook Elementary School with relentless fire from a semi-automatic assault rifle.
Are still looking into it.
I think they know a lot more than they're revealing right now. And to their credit, they want to be precise. They don't want to give out information that they have to later walk back. And I admire them
very, very
for doing
careful.
that. This is obviously a tragedy that has so
4 handguns, and apparently only handguns, that were taken into this.
Well, we found like there was all these people, and we found out because there was right near the window in our classroom, and we saw police officers, and we heard them on the roof and in our building.
Was everybody crying, scared, wanting their parents to come get them?
Yeah, they were, and then some people were even they kind of felt they got a stomach ache.
Did you hear any gunshots or anything like that?
Well, police officers, they were kinda, because there's police officers, right out the door, trying to find the guy.
Into her classroom.
So you heard sounds?
Yes.
What did it sound like to you?
It sounded like someone was kicking a door.
Did the gunman kill himself with the rifle?
No. I don't know yet. I'll examine him tomorrow morning.
All right, so we got one back down. Where suspect down? Probably to the left. 5 Delta 5 on your side. U.S. are finding standing school at this time. The shooting appears to have stopped. It is silent at this time. The school is in lockdown. Reports that the teacher saw 2 shadows running past the building, past the gym, which would be rear base. Near shooting. Yeah, we got them. They're coming at me down Cross Point. Come up the driveway on the left side. That's 6. This is it. I got a party on the. I got them thrown out. For that unit. Be aware that we could have a second unit. For school, to the party in custody, 401. We'll continue checking.
Cars responded. Shooters apparently still shooting in the office area. 12 Dixon Drive.
I got a party on the. I got them thrown out. For that unit, be aware that we could have a second unit. Last shots were in the front of the room. 98. For school, to the party in custody, 401. We'll continue checking. Gotta go. Yeah, these units in the pool, I got bodies here. Let's get the ambulance. Alright, is that the send EMS in?
149. We have Sergeant from Newtown on scene. Unknown if the shooter is located.
As for the building, not secure, so we can't have anybody able to put in.
Negative on the description. Okay, shots were fired about 3 minutes ago. Quiet at the time.
9-2, we got one back down. 831.
Come in.
Clear. Clear, suspect down.
We know that, as we mentioned, one shooter is confirmed dead. They do believe there may have been a second shooter. They say they have cleared the school, so I'm imagining that search may go beyond, well beyond the school district, looking for a potential person at large.
Well, exactly, and perhaps the deceased shooter will be the lead as to who the second person is, if in fact there is a second person.
Newtown's reporting. One suspect down. The building has not been cleared.
Or nearby, respond to Troop A. The last report was that there was one suspect that potentially was still at large. So I want them to set up an A in case we need to deploy him somewhere else.
Copy that. Go ahead. What's your status at that residence? We're evacuating the east side across the street and it's securing. Are there more people in it? We do not just arrived on scene. We're evacuating each side.
Danbury's reporting a possible vehicle, a purple van, 2 occupants with a possible ski mask that may be involved in this incident. Exit 8 heading down Stony Hill towards the center.
Connecticut 770, Yankee Sierra Whiskey 770, YSW, obstructed range.
May be involved in this incident. Also, we're getting reports of one of them may be wearing a nun outfit, heading towards Danbury, Stony Hill. Purple van, unknown plate.
Homes around are evacuated. Perimeter's up.
I was last seen on Stony Hill by exit 8.
Loading right now. They're going to be transported momentarily.
People in the van, they had masks. One was dressed what appeared to be a nun's outfit.
Down to the firehouse, there's a man pinned down to the ground with handcuffs on.
They did walk a guy out of the woods. I saw him walk a guy out earlier with handcuffs. He walked by us and said he didn't do it.
It was a grown man.
A grown man, yeah. He's sitting in the front of the police car over there now. So, I mean...
He didn't have a gun?
No, I didn't see any gun. Just had him handcuffed. And he walked by us and looked into parents' eyes and said, I didn't do it.
How was he dressed?
Camo pants with a dark jacket.
As we have reviewed in the police audio recordings, several suspects were identified, 3 in which were detained, 1 who was killed, and the 2 suspects authorities were searching for in the purple van. That makes a total of 6 suspects, 1 in which we know to be Adam Lanza, as he was reported as suspect down inside the building at approximately 9:53 a.m. We have seen few reports on the identities of the other 5 suspects. However, the Los Angeles Times reported that one of the parents was briefly taken into custody because he had ran around the school to look for his daughter. This individual has been identified as Chris Manfredonia and claims he was at the school to help out Victoria Soto's class in making gingerbread houses. In another report by CNN, Diane Licata was supposed to attend the school to help build gingerbread houses in her son Aiden's class, whom was also a student of Victoria Soto. She asked her husband, Robert, to go instead, and he had planned to be at the school for 2 p.m. to help with his son's project. What makes this situation curious is that if the gingerbread house session was planned at 2 p.m., near the end of the school day, then why was Chris Manfredonia taken into custody at 9:44 in the morning?
Shot us running past the building, past the gym, which would be rear Hi, base. You're shooting. Yeah, we got them. They're coming at me down Cross Point. Come up the driveway on the left side. That's 6. This is it. I got a party on the...
I was last seen on Stony Hill by exit 8.
Loading right now. They're going to be transported momentarily.
People in the van, they had masks. One was dressed what appeared to be a nun's outfit.
This comes from a couple of sources, that he was definitely dressed in black. But one of the sources is saying, only one, that he was dressed as a member of the clergy, that they thought he was a minister. But anyway, he was dressed in black with the body armor. He came in with a Glock semi-automatic pistol and a 6-hour semi-automatic pistol. And he also somehow got into the school a civilian version of the M16 rifle, an assault rifle.
The report definitively says that the police have somebody else in custody, and that there's a body. If you, I don't know if you have a computer, but can you pull this story up? Is there a way we could talk about it? I mean, I feel like this is incredibly important.
I don't have access to it right now.
Okay, so that's fine. In the story, just to briefly detail, it does say that there is a second shooter that is in custody, and that the SWAT team had been sent to his house, and that there was a body inside. Now, that was published on your site, and the source, like, what I would like to determine, if I have no ill will for being banned from Facebook. That's not my issue here. My issue is that I would like the source information on where it initially came from and why exactly. And I believe you guys as journalists should ask these questions as well. Why is the story changing? Why is it no longer of concern? And do you not see exactly what's going on here? I mean, I feel like maybe you might be coming to some of the same conclusions. I feel a lot of people are right now, and it's just important to ask these questions.
I'm not sure what you're referring to. What conclusions are that?
Well, the conclusion here is that I can't come to one because at one moment I see a story that says that they have a second suspect in custody and that the SWAT is at his house, and then at the next moment that link is no longer. So I now have, dozens and dozens of people online that saw the original story and now do not see the link. So this is quickly becoming something. I don't know what it is, but it's becoming something. So it's very important that we communicate here and really understand exactly what's going on, because this is very important information. And there are a number of sources, as I'm sure you're receiving, that also point to a second shooter theory for this story. So this is very critical that we analyze this very, very responsibly. Would you not agree?
I think that again, what happens is as stories break, especially something as big as what happened on Friday in Connecticut, as these stories break, sometimes information gets out there and then has to be retracted, and a number of things play into that.
I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Nothing makes sense. In fact, if you really look at all the multiple sources and you line up all the information, there's even a live scanner feed from the event where two shadows are passing a gym. I mean, I don't know if you've heard this, but I can provide you with the information. I don't know if you want it, but there is a scanner feed, and there are two shadows running past a gym reported by a teacher. They then put it on the scanner, and then there are multiple people running off and running.
Well, they have an individual in custody who they're talking to, and I am told they are looking at this person as possibly a second shooter. Now that changes the dynamic here a little bit, which goes from, if in fact this turns out to be confirmed, it goes from a lone gunman scenario where somebody has this argument with society and wants to take revenge against the most defenseless people in society, to a team of individuals have gotten together and conspired to do something like this